stranger.
How have you been?
I've been crazy, insane, busy.
I like it.
And tonight, it's like the only night that I was like free and doing nothing, and your text message could not have been more timely.
That's perfect. See,
so, yes.
Serendipity or one of those things.
Exactly. Everything happens for a reason. Like you wouldn't believe.
You know, that'd be a great name for a movie. Nah, it'd never work.
Nah, it would never work. What are you talking about?
Sorry.
You are awesome.
That's your
you
joke.
Are awesome you are awesome incarnate. I know it is. I know it's my joke. It's silly.
I meant to do that. That's exactly how that was meant to look. My favorite joke of all time, which I still use to this day.
Favorite joke of all time. You're funny. You kill me. And so how have you been, sir? What's been happening with you?
Oh, there's so much stuff going on.
So talk.
Well, there's some stuff I can't say.
Oh, okay.
Yet. I might have to tell you off the air.
Okay.
Which I will do. So we're gonna do this podcast really fast.
Okay.
And then I'll fill you in
Got it.
on all the weird, crazy stuff that's going on. It's all good. It's all good.
Good.
But the stuff I can share is I am tonight, after Sylvia gets home from her Zumba class, I am going and purchasing an electronic drum kit.
Shut the front door. That is awesome. And what spurred this on?
Sylvie said, just go get the damn thing. Was part of it. But I've been thinking about getting one for the last 2 years.
Okay.
And it all started when Dome went into the studio, i.e. into the basement, i.e. into Todd's bedroom.
That's okay. AKA my bedroom closet is my quote-unquote studio.
I cut the first vocals for the Dome album were sung in a soundproofed closet in Alex's house.
Yes.
We ended up recording differently in the end. Like we recorded that album like a bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah. So, we had two different drummers and two different bass players.
Yes.
We ended up rewriting like some of the songs. But anyway.
Yes, I remember that.
I've been wanting to get drums since we started that whole process a couple years ago. I'm like, you know what? It'd just be easier to record. Plug and play. You know, you just go from the drum kit, you plug right into your recording software, and it records it perfectly every time. Oh, don't like the drum sound? Okay, change the setting. Very, very easy to do. But I'm kind of anti-electronic drums. I have been for a very long time until I sampled some a couple of years ago.
Right.
And I'm like, the technology has really changed for the better. So I've been hemming and hawing, and I've decided to take the plunge. And I had a great chat with the boys at Long and McQuaid today, and he convinced me. So I'm going tonight to go meet the guy at Long and McQuaid, and he's going to sell me a kit.
Very nice.
So that means, what does that mean, Tracy? That means Sean can practice drums regularly again.
Yes, exactly. I have a picture of you way back in the day, and you were behind a drum kit, and I don't think I've ever seen someone so comfortable behind a drum kit. You were but I'm just saying.
Is it the one with my moulet?
Possibly. I will send it to you in private.
Okay.
And yes.
I may or may not share it. We'll see.
That's awesome, though. But that I mean, the good thing about that is you can like practice, and have the headphones on your ears and not disturb anyone.
Yeah, exactly. There's a million reasons to do it. I want to, in case somebody doesn't know yet or didn't listen to that episode, but Dome is no more. We split up over, we'll just say, creative differences.
Right.
But Todd and I are not stopping. We're going to keep going. We're not going to call it Dome because I don't think that'd be right, but we're going to keep going.
Another incarnation.
Yeah, so that means I'm behind the kit again and playing again.
Right.
which I really, really love doing. I love being the frontman. I really enjoy that, but I also really love playing drums.
Yes.
And I think sometimes I might be too critical of the drums if I'm not playing them.
Yes.
It's the Dave
Okay.
Grohl syndrome.
Oh,
He
I
did the same thing
see.
with his band, and he pulled some jerk moves with his drummer that he had at the time.
Okay.
Which I'm not cool about. I would never go that far, but you know, if you don't like the way someone plays, you just end up doing it yourself. So Todd and I are going to do everything ourselves. So
Very
Todd will
nice.
play the bass and the guitar, and I will do all the vocals and all the drums, and Todd and I will do all the writing. That way we're kind of doing things the way we want them done. I guess. Not that we didn't like the way they were done, but anyway. We just it'll be the me and Todd project again. Which is
Oh, okay. I see. I read.
yeah.
It's kind of like, I was just going to say, it's kind of like the Gene and Paul.
Yeah.
You know, like, you guys are kind of like, the core, and people, and excellent collaborators come in and play, and become part of the group, or but sometimes it's just I don't know if you're Paul or you're Gene or whatever you want to be, or maybe that's a really sucky analogy. I don't know. I'm having second thoughts, actually. So yeah, never mind. But you get what I'm saying.
I get to what you're saying. I think, but what was great about Dome, which was a situation I was never in before, was we all contributed to how the songs were put together and how they were written. I did write the majority of the melodies, like on the vocal side of things. I had very little input into the drums, which I wasn't used to. I used to have a lot of input into how the guitar was done. I had a little bit of input this time. Hope that's not too noisy right now.
No, it's fine.
Okay, good. So this was actually, it was 4 people hammering it out together, which I'd never done before, which was really cool and really frustrating at the same time, because everything took a lot longer because there was 4 people agreeing or disagreeing on things.
Yes, well, that's it.
But I think the end result, I think the songs are really, really solid.
Good.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I can practice. I can record drums. If I have the best idea though is when I write music, I would go to my phone or whatever recording device I had, and I would sing along how the guitar goes, and then I would mouth, like, beatbox the drums.
Okay.
But then I couldn't do everything all at once.
No.
Like, it was very hard to write without being able to jump behind the kit at a moment's notice and just go. So now I can do that again, so I'm very, very excited. I'm worried I'm going to start writing too many songs again.
And then you won't want to, like, leave any behind.
Well, I'm okay leaving some behind.
Oh, okay.
When I write a lot.
Yes.
Like, when I was in Montreal, I did 3 albums worth of music.
Okay.
And each album had about 18 or so songs.
Wow.
So I write too much, and most of the songs suck. I'll admit. Actually, probably all of them do. There was a couple that I was able to shine up, but
right.
Yeah. Anyway, very excited. So that's kind of the big news. It's like Todd and I have 20 songs that we can record. We
finally put drum tracks.
Yeah. So. Yeah, Todd and Sylvie both convinced me to just go get the kit.
Good.
Yeah.
Life is too short.
Exactly.
Eat the pizza, buy the kits, go see the movie, just, do your thing.
Yeah.
And live it to the fullest. That's my way of thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So good on you.
So in other news, I don't know if you saw this today or not, but I hope you go check it out. Corey had his first article published.
Oh, no way. No, I did not see that.
Yeah.
I will have to go and check that out on the Meet the Geeks page.
Yeah, so, no, well, it's actually not on the Meet the Geeks page. It's on a news website.
Oh, okay. Then I've missed a lot.
Well, he did mark it on, like, he did link it on the Meet the Geeks page, but he's studying journalism at the moment.
That's amazing.
There's an online course for journalism which he's taking, which I find really odd that he's doing such a thing because he's actually an incredibly gifted writer. Mm-hmm. Most people think, he's the artist guy, but he's a really good writer.
But you know what? If you have the student mentality, you're always learning and you're always improving your craft.
Very true.
And because otherwise, if it becomes, I mean, there is another side to that in the sense like, you kind of have to just stop studying and then just put it out there. But definitely being wanting to learn and wanting to improve yourself is always a good way to go about and kind of have, like I said, like the student mentality.
Yeah.
And ever trying to, make yourself a better person.
I think saying that you've reached your goal. I don't like that. I don't like reaching a goal.
Exactly. But I mean, you can have short-term goals, but like you should always have goals going. Yes. You should always have something to look forward to and that you're planning and something that that makes you that excites you, that depending I have all the hope in the world. I just went and bought some new workout gear.
Yeah.
So, I've got went down to the local store and I got myself some tops and some shoes and I am ready to go.
That's step one. So I like talking to you about these sorts of things because you're very inspiring
thank you.
in the things you say and the way you express them, I guess.
Thank you.
That's what I like. We've had a number of talks kind of in that.
Oh, yes. Oh, so many.
And I like what you're saying there is that, I don't like having an end goal. When I stopped making end goals and just started making steps. So my goal is the next step. My next goal is the next step.
Yes.
Just doing it that way. Then things are achievable.
Right.
Little steps. Like little steps are good.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If you just look at the final goal of I'm going to be a millionaire.
Right.
Well, where's your steps?
That's right.
Exactly. Maybe that is your ultimate goal, but I don't think your ultimate goal should ever be to be a millionaire. But your goal should be to do something that you love, and then the money will follow, sort of thing. Yes,
that's true. But I mean, like you said, you have to break it down into baby steps, into manageable, small things that you can actually conceptualize and not, because the thing is there is such a thing as and I don't even know if this is applicable, but analysis paralysis.
Oh,
so yes. It's like you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? I don't know. Where do I start? Mm-hmm. And then you're like, wow, I'm so I'm just freaking out, and okay, I'm not going to do anything. So it's like you really have to.
Most people go through that.
Yes,
Most
exactly.
Just paralyzed. It's very
exactly. So it's a matter of okay, dial it back. Everything gonna be Irene, and just say, okay, what is one thing that I can do right now to go towards that goal? If it's finding. Going to the store and seeing the different equipment. I mean, I'm just giving an example.
Yeah.
But it's just manageable, teeny tiny little steps that you can say, okay, I can do that. For today, I can do that. And then you'll see that 6 months down the line, you've added all of these steps and you never realized that you took all of these steps, and you look back and you're like, wow, look
Holy
at me.
Shit.
I did all these steps.
I just went up the Eiffel Tower.
Exactly.
I didn't even realize it. I got to the top by doing one level at a time.
That's right. I mean, you know what they say, how do you eat an elephant? Just one bite at a time? Although I've
never heard
You've never heard that? Oh my God.
No.
Although elephant meat, PETA would probably want to get involved, and they'd, start to protest.
Yeah.
And so you know what? Nah,
On
maybe
Politically
not.
Incorrect this week, Sean and Tracy discuss
Eating elephants. No.
I just have to say, this car in front of me,
What is it?
he must be hotboxing. Because holy shit, I thought a car was on fire. Oh, and it stinks.
Oh,
So I'm sucking it into my car. I think I'm getting
no.
stoned.
Okay. Get away from the car. Like, step away from the vehicle.
Oh my God. No, it's not pot.
No,
it
it's
has
probably
a distinct rosy flavor.
Really?
Or sweet
Really?
flavor. Cherry flavor.
He's vaping.
He's vaping, yeah.
He's vaping. Because I was either going to say he's either vaping or he's burning oil. So it's one of those, but I don't...
Do you remember in the old days, I know this is going off topic, remember in the old days you'd see like Clint Eastwood on the screen and
Yes.
he's smoking a cheroot, like he's smoking one of those like cigars, and he looks so fucking tough.
Yes.
Look at it,
Well,
it looks tough. Then you see
Well,
a guy vaping, a guy with tattoos, wearing leathers, and he's vaping. Doesn't look so tough.
Yeah, no, not so much.
Looks
really?
tough. You walk a little hole. I'm scared of this guy, and then he pulls out a vaping thing. It's like,
got a light.
it's like I don't know.
No, no. It's no. It's so many levels of no. I mean, some people use it for purposes of trying to kind of quit smoking. I know a few people who have tried to go, like, it's kind of like a step down, but
then other people just put their pot in there.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! Am I so disconnected that I had no idea?
No, a lot of people vape their pot.
Wow. Okay, so Grandma Leaf here had no idea. Jeez.
Well, and people are doing it in public, like, oh, I'm just vaping. I'm like, what?
Right.
Yeah. They're like, I guess it. Hey, I'm pretty square, but it's like
so am I.
It's like bonging, I guess, like being a bong.
I guess.
In a way.
I honestly, I got nothing. I sure. You're asking the wrong elder. Yeah, so, when they say like, go ask an adult, yes.
So I was gonna say, going back to the steps. So when you get into voice work,
yes, exactly.
Like now, I consider you a worldwide celebrity.
Aww.
But when you started out, like you just did a job.
Yeah.
Was this before you took training, or was this like, was your first job before or after training?
Well, it's funny how this started. I mean, it all began, I was working for a company, and they sold kind of services or like platforms to allow people to offer phone-related services. And no, I'm not talking about the one. I want to make that very clear.
She does have a sexy voice, folks.
Well, yeah, I would not be able to get through that. I'm like, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
I'm like, you suck, lady. I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh man.
But yes, I have been told that I do give good phone.
Yep.
But I digress. Anyway, so as I was saying, I used to work for a company, and I was the project manager, and it was part of my I guess responsibilities to work out like the algorithm or just like the process of the call. And at the same time, I would also record these the messages that went along with the process of the call. And that's kind of how it got started in a way, because and everything happens for a reason. I was working for this company, and unfortunately the boss whom I was working for was a psycho. He was emotionally abusive and psychologically abusive, not only to me, but to many other people in the office. And basically, I had to go away on sick leave. And but in the meantime, one of the managers was like, look, since you're not working, why don't you work as a consultant for us? So I was like, awesome. So that kind of spurred that. But basically, everything kind of came to a head in 2011 because I only had one client and it really wasn't going anywhere. And it always had been in the back of my mind to do, like something radio-wise or something to that effect. And I remember I was sitting at my desk working where I am.
Or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anything. I mean, I always imagined myself like working in the radio business. I mean, I did for a few years, but I mean, just because of my love for. Oh, thank you.
You were really good on that. I would listen and go, "Oh my God, I know her." But it was cool. It was like you were had done it for 20 years.
That's so. You're
but anyway,
so awesome.
Sorry, go on.
I will be sending you a blank check, so please keep an eye on your mailbox. But I mean, it was fun, but it was just because of my love of the whole music culture, and I was always on top of like the latest information. You could ask me anything, and I knew, everything that had anything to do with music back in the day. And but anyway, so I just remember sitting at my desk working away, and as an administrative assistant, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, I don't want to work another 25, 30 years. Maybe as I retire, get a Rolex, if they still do that.
Yeah.
And keel over 6 months after because I did not follow my passion. And it was right then and there. And I remember it so vividly. I was just about to go on a strike at my employer's, and it was at that point that it was like this pivotal moment. I was not going to have any income coming in for a significant while, but still I wanted to take this course because it was like perfect. It was at the Montreal.
It's all perfect.
Exactly. So, and it was just to decide to take the jump and to say, you know what, I want to do this. I don't care how much it's going to cost me. I'm doing it. And, obviously all of these obstacles and all of these situations are happening now to test me. But I'm like, you know what? I'm still doing it because this is really what I want to do. And this gives me purpose. And it came from there. And I went to the Montreal Radio and Television School that was run by Robert Viro at the time. And he basically, it was just a voice training class for 6 weeks. I don't know if you can call it, I don't like to call it luck. I think it's, if you do the work, then opportunities come to you.
Arise. Opportunities generally only arise when you make yourself open for those opportunities by busting your ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So ultimately, I took the class. It was 6 weeks, and by the end, I had a demo. And the owner who ran the school, he's like, "You have something special." And I was like, "Oh, I'm like, me, really? What? I don't. Okay." And he says, "I want you to send this demo to this particular agent, and I want you to tell them that you want to be part of their roster." And basically, that's what I did. And I also, at the same time, like everything was happening all at once. I ended up working at the radio station because it was my friend's fiance who had just started as a salesperson at that radio station, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. And I mean, it was just all of these blessings coming at me all at once. And I was like, wow, okay. So this is what happens when you follow your dream. Although I was very grateful to have all of these things happen because sometimes they don't always happen at the same time. You never know. You just you do it and you hope for the best.
Yeah.
And, but I was very fortunate in as much as, as soon as I finished my class, I sent my demo, and then the agency had not yet set up their offices in Montreal yet. So I met with them in the spring, and lo and behold, I met with them, and they said, "We really like what you're doing, and we want to have you on our roster." So it was just like, wow, this is what happens when dreams come true. This is pretty amazing. And I mean, just speaking about, always needing to learn and to improve yourself. Like, I mean, you say that I'm a worldwide, and obviously I'm not going to dispute you, and I appreciate that it's your opinion. But I mean, I could do so much better. I could actually, if I actually listened to my heart, I would do this full time. And this is actually something that I want to put in function. Like, I want to actually put in the works. So I've signed up with another, he's a voice actor in the States, and he offers training. So I'm going to take some training with him and get a new demo. And it's always about improving, and it's always about getting better, and it's always about, just anyway. So I'm going to do that. And ultimately,
if you were here, I would offer to do the demo. I would get Todd to do the demo for you.
I know you would.
Such a good ear for that kind of stuff.
I so appreciate that.
But when you're done your demo, please, could you send it his way? Or send it my
for
way
sure.
And get it to him to listen to it?
Well, yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, yeah.
I listened to your other demo like 1,000 times, I'm sure.
You're so funny.
What? It's good.
You're the pal. Thank you.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember you used to do that voice, or, I don't know.
Well, if anybody wants to check out my demo, they can go to voicesbytracy.com.
Which I've linked 1,000 times in this podcast, and I will link again.
And like I said, I will be sending you the the residuals and the payoffs every quarter as per usual, as we discussed.
I don't want nothing. I'm just proud you're doing it.
I know, sweetheart. You're the best. I really appreciate it. So when are you going to go pick up your toy?
Tonight. Awesome. So Sylvie's going. I'm on my way home, and then we swap out. She goes to Zumba. And while she's at Zumba, I have a business call that I'm making to Corey, which I'll talk to you about in 1 minute, because we'll sign off right away. And then I'm going to go I'm going to go meet the guy at Long McQuaid, and that'll be like at 8 o'clock. Or 7:30 tonight. And then I'll be practicing tonight.
Awesome! Oh, well, you're going to have to take a picture of it.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to sign off the podcast here, but I want you to stay on the line so I can tell you about all that other stuff.
Okay, sounds good. So I guess we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Side.
Yeah. Right.